So today, the Lobo Choir is joined bands and other choirs and orchestras from all over the U.S. performing in the musical salute to liberation in the first town liberated by the American paratroops. I'm going to show you a map of where they were today. The group is participating in that D-Day Memorial Parade throughout the village, and we're going to get to go to Lane Lucky actually from the bus so he can share with us all of the fun that they've been participating in. Lane, we got you up, and we're so excited to have you here in that Lobo Choir.
Oh, it's been so amazing to show off this talent and thoughtfulness. These are wonderful ambassadors, not only for their high school, but for all of East Texas. Of course, the Longview Lobo Choir has been invited to come here to France and take part in the 80th anniversary D-Day commemorations with representatives from 42 states in the U.S. And of course, the Lobos are representing the Lone Star State on the world stage. Now, just a clarification of what's going on right now. They're on the bus heading to Paris, and we're getting an announcement from our tour manager, so if it's a little hard to hear me, they're getting some instructions. But they have spent the day in this city called Sainte-Mère-Église. Again, as you just said, it was the very first city liberated by American paratroopers after D-Day. You may remember this. It was made famous in the 1960s movie The Longest Day with John Wayne, among others. Anyhow, this city has never forgotten how their village was liberated by American paratroopers 80 years ago. And every year they hold a commemoration. They hold a commemoration and a parade through the city. And of course, with this being the 80th anniversary, this is a really big one. And as you'll see in a few minutes, it was amazing, the number of people. It really was overwhelming, I think, for the students, unprepared for how many people would be there. So we're going to show you that. Of course, there's a time difference here. We're 7 hours ahead of East Texas. And so hopefully all of you back home watching right now, we're still asleep. We're still in bed. But while you were dreaming and getting rest, the Longview Lobos were marching through the streets of this beautiful historic village and lifting spirits and spreading patriotism with their voices. They were singing along and singing for all of the people really from all over the world who had gathered to commemorate this. We're going to get off the bus now because they are taking a rest stop, and we'll get an opportunity here to talk a little bit more. So I'm making my way off the bus. This was unplanned. As far as our coordination on this, their rest stop, of course, was planned. But right now, they've finished up their performances and are heading to Paris, which is the second leg of their journey. They have a series of performances in the capital city over the next couple of days, and then that will conclude their tour of France when they come back here to the U.S. They also took the stage as part of this commemoration today, and it was a beautiful performance, really on the world stage, and we'll get to watch that as well. So I'll let you show those in just a bit. But we have 28 students from Longview High School and a group of chaperones, most of them parents of the students here, and they couldn't be more proud. It was so amazing watching their faces as the students were performing, because these are proud moms and dads, and of course their Booster Club president, Mr. Joseph Allen, also a parent of one of the students, and a U.S. Army veteran himself, was with them. He worked tirelessly over the last many months to rally the support of businesses from around East Texas, some of the sponsors that you've mentioned, making it possible. $170,000 is what it took to get the students here, all of them flying here, securing passports, airfare, hotels, meals, all of that. It's quite the undertaking. Yeah. But this was an opportunity for them to give back and to give thanks for those who fought, many of whom gave their lives for our country, for our freedoms. Let me show you, here they are. Many of them getting off the bus right now, going inside for some refreshments, maybe some water, and a quick rest stop while we make our way to Paris. So we're about 60 miles outside the capital city. They've spent the last several days in the north of France, in Normandy, over several villages, several cities. And you know what? One thing that I did want to make mention was something unexpected this morning that really, really lifted their spirits and gave them a chance for reflection. And that was finally getting to visit Normandy American Cemetery. Yesterday, due to an unplanned visit by the American president and the French president in the area, security concerns actually forced the cancellation of the ceremony that they were going to take part in at Normandy American Cemetery. And so they really had been preparing for a year to perform, to use their voices to pay tribute to America and to its allies, all of those who fought on D-Day. And things happen. They understand that for sure. They understand that that was not something that was in anyone's control, but still disappointed nonetheless. So they made their way to Omaha Beach and were actually able to perform unexpectedly for a British war veteran who was from Scotland, and he was actually a minesweeper on Omaha Beach on D-Day 80 years ago. And so that was quite a special moment for them. And I know that we showed that video here. It's also on our D-Day in Focus page on KLTV.com and KTRE.com. But this morning, they were actually able to make it to the cemetery and spend some time reflecting, looking at the 9,000 grave sites for American war heroes, most of whom died not far from there on Utah Beach or in Omaha Beach. Of course, 5 beaches all along the coast there, the different landing sites of the Allies. And it was an incredible place. It was certainly a somber time for the students and for all those people there quietly reflecting on how the world changed with the turning point that D-Day served in World War II. It was the beginning of the end of the war, as many historians have referred to it. And this was really a nice moment for the students. They're here for a greater purpose. This is not a vacation. For them, this is an opportunity really to show that the next generation is ready to carry the torch forward from the greatest generation. They are inspired, they are encouraged by these veterans, and they're ready to be the next people to make a difference in the world. And they felt that this was important to go and spend some time in quiet reflection or in prayer. And they got to do that this morning. They gave up their time that was built into their schedule to do something else that was probably just less important. And they had the opportunity this morning. They were given the option of visiting the cemetery, and they did that. And I think that speaks volumes about those students. So again, we are leaving behind Normandy. They'll spend the next 2 days in Paris. They'll visit some of the sites, of course, the Champs-Élysées, the L'Arc de Triomphe, the Eiffel Tower, and of course, they'll visit the Louvre. This is also about cultural immersion as well. Some of these students have never been out of the state of Texas, let alone the country. And so they are learning about the history of France. They're learning about the history of one of our closest allies and the impact of World War II. As I had previously mentioned, Paris and the liberation of Paris was originally not the plan for the Allies once they came ashore at Normandy. But it was decided by the generals, by the Allies, that this was something that they were going to do, to push inland and to retake Paris, which was occupied for 4 years by the Nazis. And it, surprisingly enough, was largely spared by bombings and destruction. And so they'll see some of the antiquities, some of the World Heritage sites and other important places that were spared destruction when much of Europe was left in ruins. So that's what's coming up over the next 2 days. And of course, we'll be checking back in with you on East Texas Now. And I will have full coverage of all the excitement of today, the concert on stage, the parade through the village of Sainte-Mère-Église on the East Texas News at 10 o'clock.
Yep. Lane, I think it's just absolutely amazing that we're able to share in this experience with you, and just incredible that these students get to go over there and participate and learn the history. There's no replacement for getting to experience it, and they're getting to see it firsthand. So like you said it best. It's more than just going over there and performing. It's not just a celebration. It's learning the history, educating themselves, and being immersed in a different culture. And we're so thankful to our sponsors for making it possible as well. And thank you for taking the time to share it with us on East Texas Now. I'm going to take them now to that live video so they can hear this great Lobo Choir performing today.
Amanda, thanks. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the day. All right, East Texas. So I'm going to go now to a performance with the Lobo Choir performance. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to share that with you now. They performed, like Lane said, they're about 7 hours ahead of us over there. So this performance happened earlier today, or while we were sleeping, but nonetheless, let's check it out. They are incredibly talented.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, applaudissements pour Longview High School Choir directeur Mélodie et Liliane. Bravo!
Okay. Spanish song. Yes, we're sorry.
Wave at everyone back home watching you live right now. Okay, how did it go?
It went really well.
Oh, it sounded wonderful. The sound was so vibrant. It was so full. The crowd, you could hear oohs and ahs.
Oh, good.
People were so excited. Is this what you hoped it would be?
It is what I hoped it would be. Unfortunately, we didn't have the ability to have our accompaniment because internet here is no good. So we just altered and did a cappella, so it was great.
And that's been kind of the recurring theme of this trip is just
Yes.
things happen and you adjust, and
Yes.
you guys make it look so easy and are such professionals when it comes to making these adjustments. But
Yes.
So what was it like being on the stage in a foreign country performing with this
Well,
group for
it
the
was
first time?
amazing. It didn't really hit me until about our third song, and I thought, oh my God, we're singing and not in Paris, but we're singing in France. You know, on this big stage in this beautiful town that has so much historical significance. Oh, you can't see them, but there's a soldier landed up there, and so
They have a memorial.
They have a memorial. It's pretty special to get to sing for him.
Well, up next, we're going to go inside here, and they'll get an opportunity to sing and prepare for their performances in Paris in the next couple of days. And then later this afternoon, a parade here through the streets of Sainte-Mère-Église. So we'll be back with you with more on Facebook and East Texas Now throughout the day here on KLTV, KTRE, and East Texas Now.
Pretty awesome to get to watch them perform. They are absolutely incredible. And as Lane and I were talking, it's so awesome that they get to be in France and learn the history and experience that culture. We get to join them now as they walk through the village a little bit earlier today and participate in a parade. So let's go now so you can check that out.
storm and howling gale, I shall on the
So what is this like seeing your daughter in the parade here marching through Sainte-Mère-Église, France?
It's an amazing experience. The support and the love and the peace from the people here, it's just been so overwhelming. The love they have for the American people, for their own people, it's just opportunity of a lifetime to be here for these kids. But they're learning and being able to experience, there's just no words for it.
Shout out your numbers out and show. For wherever you go, you will always know that those caissons go rolling along.
That was one of the coolest things ever.
Thank you! Thank you!
Whenever we get somewhere, we get a picture of it all.
There you go.
That's what we
lived in Tyler and Longview.
Well, thanks for joining us for this Facebook Live. I'm Lane Lucky right now in Sainte-Mère-Église, France, where the Longview Lobos have just participated in a parade through the streets of the village. This, of course, was one of the very first liberated by American paratroopers just after D-Day in June of 1944. So this afternoon they have paraded through the streets of the village along with other bands, marching groups, dance lines, choirs from all around the U.S. Here making the journey to France. This village has never forgotten what happened here in 1944 and the turning point in World War II after their village was liberated. And each year there are commemorations in and around D-Day. Of course, Thursday being the 80th anniversary of Operation Overlord, when Allied troops came ashore on 5 separate beaches in Normandy here in the north of France. And it was a bloody day, a bloody battle. So many Allied troops perished that day. The Longview Choir, of course, yesterday was unable to perform at the Normandy American Cemetery as planned due to an unscheduled presidential visit. A bit of disappointment for them. This is something that they've worked for and something that they have planned for and look forward to for more than a year. Of course, their band booster club and individual students raising over $170,000 to get them here to France for a week of performances, a week of immersion in the French culture, and learning about the history, the greatest generation passing the torch to the next generation. And the Longview students have soaked up every minute of this. Really, they've been incredible ambassadors, not only for Longview High School, but for East Texas, for the state of Texas, the only choir group from the Lone Star State to make the journey here to France to participate here in these commemorations. And they have really represented well, just with positivity, really kindness being expressed, and they've interacted with so many, not only people in the communities across the small villages that we visited here in northern France, but also the opportunity to interact with veterans, with World War II veterans. Their numbers diminishing. This may be the final major D-Day commemoration where any number of World War II veterans are still living. As many as, fewer than 1,000 D-Day veterans are still with us. And again, that number is diminishing every day. The Department of Veterans Affairs and the National World War II Museum estimates that fewer than 120,000 World War II veterans are still living, and like I said, fewer than 1,000 specifically who fought in the Battle of Normandy, which went from June of 1944 through the end of August. Now tomorrow, we'll start performances and touring in the capital city of France, in Paris. And of course, Paris was originally not part of the plan for the Allied forces. They were going to bypass Paris, but it was decided after pleading with the Allies to adjust those plans, and that this would be a boost for the French people to allow them, those forces that had not been captured, to participate in their own liberation and really give a sense of patriotism and drive to push back in the fight against the Nazis from Germany. So they will go to Paris to learn more about the antiquities, the culture, and of course the historic sites that were preserved, that were spared. They'll tour the Louvre, and they'll perform in several historic churches throughout the city. So this is not just an opportunity for them to come to France and sample the food. They truly are ambassadors not only for East Texas but for America, as they interact with people from around the world and learn about the similarities that we share, the values that we share, and have met with people from this country as well as all of the other allies. Yesterday, even singing on Omaha Beach, one of the bloodiest battles in the Battle of Normandy. They sang for a British soldier who was a minesweeper on Omaha Beach on D-Day, and that was just one of many poignant moments that the Longview Lobo Choir was able to provide. So they have had a packed journey. This afternoon, they'll depart Sainte-Mère-Église, head south on a bus ride for 4, maybe 5 hours, depending on the traffic, and will make it to Paris. And of course, it's a busy time, not only because of the D-Day commemorations going on across the country, but the Olympics are set to start in July right here in Paris. And so there are people from all over the world, maybe visiting for the first time, some on return visits, but excited to be in the French capital city. And so we'll have more for you right here on Facebook, on East Texas Now, our streaming channel, and of course live reports on KLTV and KTRE. I want to encourage you to check out the link that's in the caption for this video. You'll find all of our D-Day in Focus coverage that's on KLTV.com and KTRE.com. There's so much, not only about what the Longview Lobos are doing here in France, but you'll learn much more about the East Texas connections to the Battle of Normandy, specifically what happened here on D-Day. And I hope that it's something that you'll take the time to learn about as we collectively, as Americans, pay homage to the lives lost, specifically at the Battle of Normandy, but in World War II, but also honor those who fought and served and came home, those few that are still with us. There's much to learn from their perspectives. One of the favorite things that we've done, one of my favorite things that we've done on this special D-Day in Focus page on KLTV.com is curating a playlist of Joan Hallmark's freedom fighter stories that feature East Texas D-Day veterans. Of course, Joan Hallmark, our legendary colleague with KLTV for more than 40 years and retired back in 2018, and she's now enjoying retirement, but a great part of her career and possibly one of the most significant portions of her body of work were these profiles of East Texas veterans who served in all wars, in all aspects of the military, both in war and peacetime. But she really had a knack for helping them to share their story in a personal way and to extrapolate what lessons could be learned from this. And we've gone through and gone deep into the archives over many years and have put those stories together for you to take some time. So if you have a young person who's really trying to understand what was D-Day, what was the Battle of Normandy, that was 80 years ago, why is this significant, and want something more than just what's in a textbook or what you can read online, from an encyclopedia article or something, I would really encourage you to spend some time watching those East Texas veterans. Sadly, the majority of them are no longer with us, but the thing that gives me comfort, the thing that makes me pleased, is that these are available online in perpetuity, and their stories will be preserved. So, again, plenty more of our coverage on KLTV.com and KTRE.com. If you're on a desktop computer, the nav bar at the top, on the right side of that nav bar on the home page, you'll see D-Day in focus. Now, if you're on your mobile app, there's a landing page, and you'll see several icons. Toward the bottom, you'll see the D-Day in focus icon. You can click that. Or on the menu tab, you'll see it as well, and that's how you get to it. If none of those work for you, in the caption for this video, you'll see our coverage. But we've got much more, several more days of performances and touring for the Longview Lobos Choir. We will talk to many of the students about their experiences and what they will bring home with them to East Texas. That's all for now here in Sainte-Église, or Sainte-Mère-Église, pardon me, in France. Really a tremendous day. These students have worked very hard for the last year for this moment on the world stage. Stay with us. We'll have more throughout the day on East Texas Now.